guys, welcome back. I'm Elaine and I'm living with autoimmune disease. Today we are at Keck. I've brought my emotional support with me. Wait, what do they call you? You're my chaperone.
Medical chaperone.
Yeah, that's right, medical chaperone. We are here for Rheumatology Checkup Day, so we're headed to Rheumatology. If you guys are wondering who my emotional support or medical chaperone is, if you're new here, this is my husband David. Say hi, David.
Hi.
Just in case you all didn't know that, but we are headed into my rheumatology appointment. I have a rheumatology checkup about every 6 weeks. We're about to head in. If you are going to the rheumatologist for the first time, I will give you some tips and tricks of what will happen during your rheumatology visit. So maybe you have an idea of what's gonna happen during your first appointment, but we are headed in. This is not my first appointment. I check in on my phone. My provider does text messaging for check-in. So I am here, I'm sitting in the waiting room and I have checked in. David and I were commenting on my t-shirt, wearing a Queen shirt today. If you haven't seen my Queen concert video, I'll link that down below. But we were saying, how many songs do you have to know in order to wear a band's t-shirt? What do you all think? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of that. All right, so we just did my vitals, which include blood pressure and your pulse ox. If you have Raynaud's, remember the pulse ox may not always be accurate, especially if you're having a Raynaud's attack like right at that moment, because it can't reach your pulse ox in your fingertip. So that's a good thing to know. Our system went to a new thing where we have hospital bracelets now when we check in. So I'm just waiting for the rheumatologist now, and I'll give you guys an update when that happens.
And now we sit and we wait. It's a little waiting room, but it's still a waiting room. They call it an exam room, but I think it's a waiting room.
All right, I just met with the rheumatologist, so my appointment is somewhat ongoing. I'm gonna get trigger point injections for... All right, we are done with my appointment. I got some trigger point injections in my upper back and my neck area.
Occipital nodes.
Occipital nodes, that's what he said. That's why I bring my medical chaperone with me. I would suggest, if you are going to the rheumatologist for the first time, I would suggest bringing somebody with you to be your ears. There's a lot of information that is given to you at once, and like for me, I sometimes have a problem like processing all that information, and so it's nice to have somebody else with me to be able to help me recover that information and apply it, I guess is the right word.
Synthesize it.
Yes, so I would suggest bringing somebody with you. There will be a whole lot of blood work for your appointment, so if you're going for the first time, be prepared to do a lot of lab work, a lot of blood. So rheumatology stuff is pretty much all in our blood. There are cases of seronegative, like rheumatoid arthritis, and so that sometimes won't show up in your blood, but a good rheumatologist will be able to figure those things out for you. David, did you have anything to add?
No.
All right, well, we are gonna head home. We're gonna get some Starbucks. I will talk more about my appointment with you all when we get home, and I guess fill you in a little more, but we're gonna head out of here because when you are vlogging in public, everybody looks at you. So let's get out of here, and I'll fill you all in when we're having our Starbucks. All right, we got our after rheumatology treat. I got a Americano, and I'll flip you around. David had free stars that expired today, so he got himself a big old Starbucks treat. I'll flip you around so you can see his big old Starbucks treat. He's making faces behind the camera. If you all don't know, David is a huge part of my medical life. He is my main caregiver, and he goes to all my appointments and infusions with me, so we do this together, and it's nice to have the support. I would suggest, if you have somebody, to go with you to medical appointments. I know not everybody is blessed to be in that situation, but if you do have someone, a friend, a parent, a sibling, a child, a spouse, I would definitely bring somebody with you, because it is a whole lot of information, like I said, and sometimes we forget things, and brain fog is a huge part of our illness, and we tend to forget things, so it's nice to have somebody with us collecting the information. David is that person to me. My mom is also a caregiver. She does some of my infusions with me and some medical appointments with me. She lives away, so David's here all the time. I'm gonna flip you around so you can see David's big old Starbucks drink. What did you order?
This is a filthy, venti chai latte.
Okay, what is
I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
No. What is a filthy chai latte?
Well, chai is a type of tea, and the latte is milk, so it's the milk and tea.
Thank you.
But what makes it filthy is it has 2 shots of espresso.
All right, we can't see your whole drink. There you go. Huge. All right, you're also gonna have
my head.
You're also gonna have to go potty in like very soon.
Yeah.
It's obviously very windy here in Los Angeles today. Not actually really windy. It's just where we sit, where our Starbucks is, it's like a little wind tunnel right here, which is nice in the summer and cold in the winter, especially with rain odds. But I am about to take my prednisone. If you all wanted to know how that journey is going, I did get a question for my Ask Me Anything video, which we are in the midst of filming. My prednisone journey is back on, so I did have a problem coming off of prednisone. It's particular to me. Like, don't freak out if you're trying to do it. I have been on prednisone for 14 years. I mean, I can't even remember. I filmed the video and told you all. I calculated how many years it was in that video, but I was trying to come off of it, and I was trying to come off too quickly. All right, made it home. Had to feed Wednesday. She's fed. And I said I was going to talk a little bit about if it was your first rheumatology visit, what you could expect in that visit. I mentioned expect a whole lot of blood work. So that will happen your first visit. The reason why is because a lot of autoimmune diseases have antibodies in your blood. But as I said, seronegative rheumatoid arthritis won't always come up in your blood. Things like scleroderma, lupus, and there's antibodies actually for those. Sjogren's, things like that. So your doctor will run a lot of tests because a lot of autoimmune diseases actually have the same symptoms. So they have to nail down exactly what autoimmune disease you have so they can give you appropriate treatment for it. Although treatments usually overlap for them. The other thing about going to the rheumatologist for the first time is be prepared. You will probably put a gown on. And if you haven't seen my most embarrassing, funny story about medical gown, I will leave you that down below because it's funny when I was not prepared to put a medical gown on. You don't want to be caught in a beauty and brains situation like I was. Because a lot of autoimmune diseases affect your whole body. So they're going to go through all your joints, ask you what hurt, listen to your lungs, listen to your heart, that kind of thing. So be prepared for that. You will probably put a gown on. So that was my appointment day. I don't know if you all have any other questions that I can help with. If you have any other questions, leave me a comment down below. Thank you, friends, for coming along with me to my rheumatology appointment. I hope this video was helpful to somebody. If you haven't yet subscribed and you would like to come along on my adventure, I would love to have you. The more friends, the more better. My adventure is sometimes fun, it's sometimes medical, but it is always an adventure. If you can relate to a medical day, give this video a thumbs up. I'm sure most of you can. All right, I'm gonna sign off now. So until my next adventure, go have yours.